and welcome. Oh wow, Tone in 2024. What a blast! What a year! What a lot of achievements, milestones have been there, and yet all of these have been created by the community, for the community of developers, the community of dreamers, the community of ones who believe that Web3 is decentralized. It's power of freedom, power of actions, and power of everything. Today, we are highlighting the achievements and talking about the future, talking about what has been done, what can be done better, maybe, or maybe we are actually doing quite well. Today, talking with Inal, talking with Victor, and talking to Anna. And of course, I would love to start with Inal because my year actually started with him. I do remember by the time when you were still a GameFi lead, and now you're in Tone Ventures. Now, how was your journey through the Tone in 2024?
I was saying, why what a journey? Like, actually, to be honest, it feels like not just a year. It feels like, I don't know, it was 5 years at least. So many things happened in the last year. So many interesting stuff. So many weird sometimes stuff, but mostly exciting stuff. So yeah, it was an amazing year actually. Many things happened. Many good things happened. GameFi obviously on time, just like boomed, grew like 50 times, maybe even more. So in general, yeah, this year, to be honest, was really crazy, but at the same time, really, really fun. So yeah, that was my year to keep it really short.
Indeed, it was crazy. Speaking of crazy and greatest guys on Tone, Victor, the legend of Tone Society, the person who leads the way of Tone community whenever what happens. Doesn't matter even whether he's sick, it's his midnight, he's traveling, he's always there for the community sharing the breaking news. Victor, how was your year? It also was a lot of achievements and a lot of things to be celebrated.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the year 2024 was phenomenal for Ton ecosystem and the community growth. I think at this point, Ton is the fourth ecosystem by the amount of the global traffic share on the social media, which is a phenomenal achievement. When I just joined the team, which was in the spring, I started as as a content lead actually before I became a global community lead. And ever since then, the community been growing and expanding at an insane rate. And today, we can see people posting about Ton, hosting spaces daily. And there is, I don't know, more than 10, 20 spaces every day happening around Ton, people discussing this and that, positive, negative, expressing their opinions, feedback to the projects, AMAs, different live streams. And when I joined, there was literally maybe like one space a week or one space every 2 weeks that been happening. Like Jerry Bond was hosting his weekly recap on Sundays, and there wasn't that much conversation online. So I thought community-centric interactions is a must for Ton ecosystem, and today I'm happy to see this incredible growth in the amount of global conversations that community is having online on all the social media platforms. And I'm very grateful for every one of them and their support. And thank you for having me.
Thank you for speaking out loud and also always supporting the community. And yet today we have also quite exciting very exclusive guest for us, Anna from Cointelegraph. I actually have quite interesting question to you. What was the first time you heard about Tom?
First of all, hello, everyone. I heard about on, let's say, 2 years ago. It was always dark pony in Web3 space. And been a part media, I can say that Ton is one of the most bookable networks that attracted a lot of attention this year. Bad and good. Still, attention is a currency that you guys had a lot this year, and we will discuss further how do you use it.
Indeed, there was a lot of attention. Quite good point to mention. So let me move forward to the presentation we have. I would love to discuss key parts of the year have been achieved. And I would love to start with the one of the biggest achievements, my biggest achievements, because there were a lot of big achievements. It's hard to say which one was the biggest. Is the reaching of over 10 million non-customer wallets. I mean, comparing from the beginning of the year and comparing where we are right now, it's kind of immersive. And yeah, I would love to hear your opinion. Is it enough for our ecosystem? And how do you celebrate this achievement?
Well, my opinion here is that 100 million is it's a good number, it's a solid number, but the question is how we're going to retain them, not just attract them, and not just like they should not just create a wallet, right? They should keep using blockchain. We should engage them more. We should give them, I don't know, tools. We should solve their problems actually, so they will use blockchain on a daily basis. So if we have 100 million daily active users, daily active wallets, then I would say, okay, probably this is like maybe maximum of what we can get at this point. But yeah, as of now, I would say it's great. They somehow interact with the blockchain, but still we have to retain them and we have to do more for that.
Indeed, and Victor, what's your perspective on that? I do remember we were celebrating and talking about this, but I still want to highlight that. Is my is my internet locked, broke or yours? Victor, hi, are you here with us?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know. There was a little bug. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, sorry. So I actually wanted to ask you, what do you think about this milestone achieved? Is it big to you, or you think there is much more to achieve?
I think there is a lot more to come. You see, I've been thinking over like overall the Web3 for a long time. When I was like just starting building audience in 2021, I was saying about the simplicity of use that we need in crypto. And I think a lot of projects and blockchains choose a very complicated path where I never seen a distribution system such as through Telegram with Ton. It's never been done before, and integration as well. Um, it's been a phenomenal journey so far, and I think there is much more to come just because the Telegram itself becoming a super app. While you see, it's like we have an examples of WeChat, right, and the super app, and how much it can grow in terms of the ecosystem, in terms of different applications and the use cases can be inside of it, where it's never been done before with the integration of Web3 technology. So I think the potential is literally insane, and on onboarding a lot of new people to crypto. And as Anal said, the retainership of those users is very important. But I think it's hear me now? Okay, thank you. Well, yeah, I think that in anytime that TV you disconnect and connect back, I lose the sound somewhere.
I can hear you very
That
clear
that was
right
weird.
now.
Yeah, well, I can hear you, but you're very quiet. Well, it's every time you reconnect, I'm losing the sound, and I have to take my headphone off and connect it back. But it should be okay now. You should be able to hear me. But yeah, I think in 2025 there's a lot more potential for Ton and growth of the ecosystem, just simply because of the integration with the Telegram. And Telegram itself is becoming a super app comparable with a WeChat. But at this point, is the first time ever that we see the Web3 integration and crypto integration into such a large ecosystem and one of the largest social media networks in the world. I think what we see now in terms of the community and the growth on chain, this is literally just the beginning because Telegram is doing a lot of steps toward integrating Ton as a technology more and more on the deep level inside of its ecosystem. And we can see that there has been some code changes recently walking around the social media where people speculating about the NFT gifts, the gifts inside of Telegram to become NFTs. The same thing with the stickers that been coming out from Notcoin and Docs has been just literally the first step into the future of the NFTs on Ton. And I think this is going to unlock massive potential throughout 2025. People will start to realize what the value actually there is, and the ease of the distribution is incredible. There's just no any other ecosystem that can do what Ton and Telegram doing as of this moment, and there is no competition in this field as of right now. So I expect it to continue to grow, and as I believe Pavel Durov expect the Telegram to grow a lot more as well. So that would transition also to the portion of the Telegram users getting more and more onboarded to Ton, and not just through the traditional activities such as trading, but we're speaking of the day-to-day use cases where people are going to be able, like for this year, we've seen applications such as Stada, etc., utilizing Ton and USDT on Ton as a payment, and it's all accessible to you within the Telegram. We're going to see more of those apps and consumer-centric applications coming into the light, and I think it's going to change the perspective of how do we see crypto, because not everyone wants to trade. So we will see a lot of new trends emerge and completely new directions that this blockchain and ecosystem will be explored. So yeah, it's only the beginning. There is so much potential to it.
There is so much potential. And speaking of potential and speaking of metrics, Anna, what do you think is the key metrics to say whether the ecosystem or chain is keep growing and actually achieving the highlights rather than just keeping up with the numbers?
As I said, I'm external representative at this call. So talking about just 100 million non-considered wallets, you have to compare yourself first with other wallets, with other ecosystems. Stone is way more younger rather than Solana, Ethereum for sure. But judging from the figures, you gain those amounts of wallets way more faster. Yes, because of distribution. But now you have to leverage those messenger that you have for users. You have advantage, you have chance to be the driver of mass adoption. But using experience of WeChat, you have to be user friendly. And talking about metrics, I would also track how many wallets are usable, how many wallets has more than $100, more than $1,000 on their accounts, how many wallets operate more than 10 transactions per month. So those metrics, those analytics will give us way more understanding on how many users just participated in Hamster's airdrop, but how many users use the DeFi on Ton, hold Ton, use simple products like staking deposits, and probably Tonstakers has more metrics about this. And what I will target and what I will track as a VC in the Web3 space, this is the amount of educated users who use the products. And I'm excited about your DeFi ecosystem. I think you guys can beat the banking system with all your DeFi products distributed on Stone wallets and different products.
Can I jump in here? Just want to ask a question to Anna, actually. Do you really think those hamster users will use DeFi? You just say that I'm also excited about DeFi, like full disclosure. I really love DeFi, but do you really think those users going to use DeFi? That's my question here.
Absolutely. So I said just 100 million users means nothing. If we will extract how many users came just from the hamsters, and most probably 98% out of those users did nothing in a DeFi space, right? So most probably, this is my assumption, it did not deep analytics on Ton ecosystem in terms of the activity. But not that many users will be active in a DeFi. But I expect some possible success in a DeFi if you will simplify the products and if you will show the two users how they can deposit their money, how they can earn with their deposits way more rather in classic banking system. That's what we expect at Cointelegraph this year, at CoinFund this year, and many others. And also, I like how you educate the audience. Still, we have a lot of challenges here, and at Cointelegraph, we are happy to support you with mass adoption and mass education. But answering your question, Inal, I don't know what the percentage, but I think it's a smart, way more sustainable market of users rather than hamsters users.
Yeah, I just want to mention here that, to be honest, I don't think that users will use DeFi as even simplified DeFi. Let's think of how many people actually use, I don't know, traditional financial services and tools, right? Like, according to statistics, it's about like 100 million users out of 8 billion. But what people will actually do, they will play games. So my point here is that maybe we should think maybe not only about DeFi but other use cases as well. So Hamster, Nutcoin, they've done a great job, like amazing job. But I mean, offering better games, more like, I don't know, sophisticated games, or other like different mechanics of games can be a solution how we can actually retain those users. That's like my small point here. Speaking about numbers, I don't know, do guys from Tonstakers have any numbers or not? But I remember some numbers, like for dogs, as far as I remember, like it was about 12 million accounts actually on chain. For hamster, it was relatively the same number. So I'm just saying that conversion rate from mini app player to on-chain user was not more than like 10%. For hamster, for sure. For dogs, it was about 20%, I guess. So what I'm saying here,
around that.
Yeah. So what I'm saying here is that they just claimed it on chain. Most of users claimed it on centralized exchanges as well. So what I'm saying is, like, even for games, conversion rate was like 25% max. For conversion from that to DeFi is going to be, I don't know, 1%. So overall, we're going to have 0.25% to be converted to real users of DeFi. But again, for games, it can be way higher. It can be, again, 25%.
I just want to add that gamification on intersection with the blockchain can boost and bring more users. At the moment, we have only points in Telegram, correct? If we would have some real crypto that we can purchase easily, maybe we will see some updates on Telegram after MiCA or some US regulation, and this regulation legal field will bring us more use cases.
Yeah, maybe.
I actually think that we gotta have several sectors that gotta grow independently on their own. I think gaming is obviously gonna be one of them. And as to the gaming, it's important to understand that the people developing really sophisticated products right now, it's like we've seen very simple applications, Notcoin, Hamster, etc. Those are not complex games. This is like the simple mini app. Quite easy to create. I would bet that some would use a no-code solution and do something similar within like an hour time. That would be my guess. But we already start seeing product way more sophisticated than this. One of them recently came out is Ton Battleground right now in the beta version. But the thing about its own Battleground is that people love this type of game and they would play it regardless if there is reward or no reward. Many people will use Telegram to play those applications because they don't have to download and take space on their phones. And now with Web3 integration and extra incentive, that is going to be incredible for them. A lot of people get to try it for the first time and they're going to stay because of the games. So what I'm now saying is very, very accurate. I also believe that consumer-centric use cases got to pop up more and more because, as Inal also highlighted, not everyone in the world uses crypto or trading or does any trading activities in the financial world in the first place. Why would they do in the Web3? Unless they're retrieving the reward from, let's say, a game that does an airdrop for them. So what's interesting here, not everyone will transition to the DeFi from the global landscape of things, but the DeFi on its own is going to be growing as well. It's one of the sectors that's going to become way more developed throughout the 2025. The same going to be with the meme coins, is the same going to be with NFTs, and it's also going to happen with a consumer-centric app. So I'm looking forward to all this development. Also, as per the metrics, Ton in 2024 is actually the fastest growing layer one blockchain with an impressive increase of 5,000% plus year-over-year increase in daily active addresses. It is the fastest growing blockchain in terms of the daily active addresses. There is no second one outperforming it, and it's ahead 2.5 times of the second place. So it is incredible to see this phenomenal growth in 2024, and I expect the industry further separating in several sectors, and people will be probably separating their interests as well. So some people will be into trading, some people will be into just playing games and farming airdrops. Some people will be just into using stickers, and that's why they will collect them. You see, there is going to be a lot of new ways that we haven't even thought how people could utilize the technology. And I think a lot of interesting products are yet to be created and to be shown to the world. But AAA games, really interesting things to play are coming to Telegram a ton. And this is not if, not but, it's just a matter of time for them to get released. And I think Inal knows, as no one else, what people have been developing. He knows how crazy those products are. I'm not the one to tell you, bro. I mean, Ton Battleground is just the tip of the iceberg, and you know what's awaiting us into 2025. It's going to be phenomenal. So just sit back, guys, and enjoy how the ecosystem is going to develop further. But yes, all the sectors got to grow, and not everyone going to be using DeFi, and that's totally fine. Not everyone has to.
And also, I just want to add. Yep, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'll be quick. Yeah, I'll be quick. So I really like the point, Victor's point, that only the projects which doesn't need incentivation and who will survive without foundation incentivation will bring real use cases. So looking forward for the projects who doesn't need incentivation from Tone Foundation. That's number one. Yeah, and number two, we external world, we miss the vision of Tone as it is in general. So Ethereum, they bet to a lot on DeFi. They developed so many open source solutions. They have a lot of DeFi hackathons for many, many years. They struggled, they failed, they win, but they claim the clear vision. Solana, yes, they're booming with the meme coins right now. They're looking for the new solutions apart from meme coins, but it was super clear what to do in Solana. So we saw, okay, you have this competitive advantage as a messenger, great. You gain this amount of wallets, great. But the external world, we miss, guys, the clear vision of Tone Foundation, Tone investment. What is your blockchain about? What is your ecosystem about? For who you are?
That's a good question, actually. Can I first? I just want to say a couple words about what Victor said. 100% agree. Also, just wanted to add that probably we are missing one more thing we haven't mentioned yet, which is payments. Like one of the biggest use cases of crypto. Let's say so, and probably this can be way bigger for Ton. Going to your question, and I'm not representative of Ton Foundation anymore. I'm Ton Ventures, so I'm going to speak on behalf of Ton Ventures. It's like a disclaimer now. But I would say that Ton is mostly, obviously, about Telegram right now as a distribution channel. So what can work on Telegram and what can have like a use case for blockchain, this is Ton. And what can work on Telegram? Obviously, things related, again, to games and mini apps can work on Telegram. Payments, as I already said, can work on Telegram because this is one of the easiest ways how you can actually transfer, for example, stable coins to your friends, especially if they live in another country or something like that. So first, again, it's like games and distribution of mini apps through Telegram. Second, in my opinion, this is about payments. And number three, I would say, this is about simplifying everything, like onboarding users to very simple products. Because mini apps, they're like simplified mobile apps, right? Like easy way how to launch almost similar experience as mobile applications. For blockchain experiences, in my opinion, this should be the same. For Ton, it should be the same. We will simplify DeFi. We will simplify, I don't know, BTC-Fi, let's call it so. We will simplify payments. We always simplified games. So making everything simple so that so users can be onboarded to those experiences through Telegram. This is the vision of Ton, in my opinion, and this is where Ton has the biggest leverage right now.
Oh wow, that was a burning discussion about non-custodial wallets. I didn't actually realize it's going to make such a big fuss. Oh, boy. But appreciate everyone for sharing the opinion, though. I think it's kind of valuable to hear different kind of points and see actually how it has been achieved and how it's going to be different. Speaking of other activities that has been done through the year, let's talk about Open Lake. It did had a big impact, and it did going created a lot of fuss in the community all around the world. But the biggest question is 25 here going to have an open lake? Victor, we want to have some highlights because we are so much ready.
Yeah, well, the short answer is yes. Of course, the Open League gonna continue, as well as the Memelandia gonna evolve and continue as well. We've been hosting like the first season of the Memelandia competitions as well, and that gonna continue too, with some adjustments made along the way as we already figure out some of the data and the things that should be highlighted, some feedback been taken, and what should be a little bit changed. The same with the Open League gonna continue. If we get back to the original announcement of the Open League after the pilot season was over, that was stated that over 150 million dollars in the Toncoin is going to be redistributed to the community for the Open League through all the seasons. At this point, I believe we're somewhere like around 30 million. I don't know, maybe Inal knows better for sure. But what I'm saying is we're far from exceeding the budget for the Open League. And this incentive program proven itself to be really helpful in retaining users and bringing them to more on-chain interactions. So I think it's obvious that it will continue. There's many more seasons to come and much more rewards for people to seize. And this being only the beginning. And it's very interesting initiatives. And at this point, there's been many seasons hosted. The mechanics been a little changed. The leaderboards were adjusted. More projects were introduced and entered the scene into the competition as well. There's also been an adjustments that instead of rewarding the projects, for example, the meme line, they're distributing the reward to the community members, which is also very interesting to try to reward instead of the project founders and let them to use money, the prizes for what they think is best to reward their communities, and their communities could actually do much more with that on their own going forward. So yes, the Open League and the meme Landia are going to continue in the 2025, and there is much more prizes to be distributed to the community. So stay tuned and make sure you participate. Anyways, many of you already did those actions. Just make sure to mint an SBT badge dedicated to the season and have fun exploring the ecosystem.
Oh yeah, you heard it right. CBDs are very important, but yet let's still speak about Open Lake. So Open Lake had many different seasons, and also we said different things on topic. But I would love to talk still about TDL because even though we did have 6 seasons and we landed too, since July period, our TDL actually not growing but dropping rapidly. What do you have to say about that?
First thing I have to say is like, why me? Why I should answer this question? I'm not a Fed foundation anymore. Jokes
I
aside.
know, but why not? I mean, like you're a wise man to
I don't know.
us.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, jokes aside, obviously, I mean, there was a narrative. There was like, oh yeah, Ton was the hottest topic like back in summer. So in my opinion, this is like it's okay. Even during the gateway, I was showing like a hype cycle of Gartner. You know, like there's like a hype cycle. Usually it goes like pretty fast. It goes up, then it goes down, and it will take some time to get back to the plateau of productivity. Definitely, it will take some time. And also, in my opinion, there was kind of gap. I mean, there were not many use cases. There were not many DeFi products back in like, I don't know, September, October. Now we see many like new products launching
Even
every
more,
day. Or
sorry for interrupting. There were no bridges. Like people couldn't even bridge to ton their assets from many other chains. Like today is a different story. Sorry for interrupting.
No, that's like a really good point. I think that there are still no many bridges, to be honest. Not there were no, there are no still. And this is the problem that should be addressed and should be solved by the foundation and by like different teams in the ecosystem. So yeah, what I'm saying is like obviously we were lacking products, but they are launching. I mean, more teams will launch in the next couple months. Some teams will finally go through the audit process, so people will trust them more. So they will bring more liquidity from other chains. And also, yeah, bridges, really good point. As soon as we have good bridges from, for example, Bitcoin or other EVM chains, I think we will see an inflow of liquidity. Obviously, Ton Foundation incentives important here because people will come if there are incentives, not only products but also incentives, at least at the beginning. Will they retain or not depends. It depends on like the products. It depends on like is there like a real utility? What are the volumes, etc., etc. But to bring them to Ton, definitely products, bridges, and incentives. I think all of them, like in Q1 2025, all of them gonna be there. So yeah, just waiting. I'm patiently waiting.
Patiently waiting to see the moon. That's how Chinese wise man says. I mean, literally in their literature. Speaking of open lake, Anna, is there anything like that in other chains, or have you explored anything like that?
Absolutely. So Solana Foundation drives the DeFi narrative as well, and they have the series of hackathons all over the world. Base drive a lot of hackathons, and they claim they go to market for the chain, and they incentivize the project step by step from primitives to primitives, building the ecosystem smartly with clear vision what they need at this time of the season of the stage of the ecosystem in general. I do work with Ethereum. They're way more mature. They struggle to launch with high fees that stopped a lot of mass adoption. Still, they're very clear with their security agenda for 2025. They announce a lot of hackathons. They provide a lot of incentivations in those verticals for 2025. I speaking about the vision and speaking about of communication, I would say that I can applaud to Tone ecosystem, and you have quite clear communication from Cointelegraph side. You're happy to support your winners announcement, your plans of the ecosystem. Just please drop us any messages. You know how to reach us. And I'm looking forward for more collaboration, for more bridges, and it's super exciting to see how bridges will improve tone and bring more liquidity.
Oh
Speaking
yeah.
of bridges, I'm really excited for TGBTC, which is going to be the native bridge from Bitcoin to Ton. It's currently in the test net. Inal touched on it a little bit, but that is going to be a very big innovation. It's scheduled to be coming out, if I'm not mistaken, out of the testnet somewhere by the end of Q2, beginning of Q3. Don't know exact numbers, but that's pretty much the plan. But yeah, there's going to be more and more bridges developed. In fact, there's already one of the latest, the native bridge between Solana and Ton was introduced by Soon Bridge. And also Kardan already utilized it to create a bridge of the CADA token between Ton and Solana ecosystem as well, trying to explore new opportunities and bring new liquidity into their project too, which is very interesting approach. I think a lot of work will be done also by the projects on their side going into the future, not just by our side, but there is a lot of people that are doing steps toward the further development and interoperability of Ton between other chains. So yeah, there is a lot of innovation going to take place in 2025, but TGBTC, I'm very excited for it. Let's go.
Speaking of innovations, this year we had plenty, thousands, and many places of hackathons. People and creators were able to meet in person and even online to create and learn more about Tone ecosystem. So I know that Inal and Victor participated in many of them. Thousands of people being seen, thousands of pictures to be taken, thousands of flights, trains, buses, unusual countries, and unusual experience. But yet, I want to hear the wildest one you have. Here's the story to share. So please do. You know, you will be first because you're smiling a lot.
I'm just smiling because at some point I was too tired of these events, to be honest. Too many travels, not at the events, but at the travels. Like I was like, okay,
I feel
uh,
you. Those flights get intense, bro.
yeah. I even like, I guess on my Telegram, I shared a story like 50 flights in 170 days or something like that. And that was like really crazy. But I hope it was like, I mean, for me, it was very, very important to, you know, see what people ask, what people wonder about Ton, Telegram, to understand how people actually use Ton and Telegram. So for me, it was like very important. And that was probably one of the main reasons why I was traveling a lot. But in general, I hope it was also useful for all the people at those events, because it was like, um, people, they really want to build something, and if we can help with anything, that's why we're here, right? So if they solve any problems and we help them, that's great. And yeah, that was amazing, to be honest. Amazing experience. Probably the craziest experience for me was in Nigeria. uh, so yeah, Nigeria was like amazing, like such an interesting country, very, very kind people, many of them, all of them want to learn more. And I was that crazy person, like walking on the street asking, like just stopping random people and asking, hey, do you use Telegram, and how do you use Telegram? And like so many like fun stories related to that. Or I don't know, going to a party somewhere in a village in Nigeria, that was that was crazy as well. So I'm just saying that all those events, they were, at least they were very good for us at Ton Ventures, Ton Foundation, to know better what people actually want from Ton and Telegram. I hope they were really good for the audience as well. And because of those events, I have a lot of stories about like different locations, different people in different countries, and some of them are fun. Not going to share here, but some of them are really fun. So yeah, that was amazing.
Oh wow! And Victor, how was yours? Because I know it also was a very unique experience. One thing when you talk to the community online, and then when someone you meet in person, that's totally different story, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, this year it's been crazy. Just like for now, I can relate. I've traveled in 6 months to, I don't know, 13, 14 different countries. I fly from the North Europe to Asia, then to South Europe, then from there back to Asia. It's been very intense, I can say. And it's like the most tiring thing is actually traveling back and forth and staying in the hotels. It's quite exhausting. So I like being at home and work. But for me personally, I think me going to events has a little different purpose, an idea from Inal, let's say, going to events, because I just simply wanted to meet a community, see who they are, how they interact, what is their ideas, their vision, and just simply to finally meet them in person. And I think the craziest it's been in Korea, and it's been in Dubai. And in Dubai, that was such a movie, but that wasn't a hackathon. That was our annual conference event, the Gateway. That was phenomenal. I remember when we've been at the party, I guess in the like first days or organized by Bloom and Sorfan and a couple other people. And I've been just chilling outside, and as you can sit at the table, and it eventually just formed a huge circle of a bunch of people that I used to interact on X on a daily basis. A lot of my reply guys, and that's been a phenomenal time to be able to hang out with everyone. You see, I don't think so. I provide as much value in terms of advisorship or help with connections to the community, but I'm just there to meet them and to uplift them and to take selfies, post it online, retweet a couple things from them, and just to vibe as a regular person as well. For me was the most unique experience is just meeting the community. And one of the wildest story was when at the Gateway the second day, the guy's been doing interview with me, and they've published it already. I've shared it before on my X. I've shared it on my Instagram as well. Um, and then while the guy's been interviewing me, there's been a line of people formed just to talk to me, take a selfie, and just have a little conversation. It's been the first time in my life that I've seen a line of 14 people patiently waiting to simply talk to me. I never experienced that in my life, and that is completely new experience to me. And they've been happy to wait. They waited for over an hour. just to talk, just to have a little chit chat. And I'm very, very grateful for everyone that does it. It's incredible, and I'm looking forward to meet more community members on all around the globe. It's been so many countries I traveled to. I've been in Warsaw. I've been in Seoul in Korea. Been in Dubai. Been in London. Um, I've also traveled to the New York this year as well. Before earlier, I've been to the Portugal and Lisbon, meeting community from all over the globe, and I don't plan to stop. I think that 2025 is going to be a phenomenal year, the growth of the community, and I want to meet more of you guys, more builders. And thank you for being here for us. Thank you for being a loyal community members that making it all possible. I'm really happy to see the growth in this sector, and I think through the next year we're going to see much more participants in our hackathons and in real life events as well. I think there's been a photos already comparing it to the last year, and it's insane growth. If you've been attending events, not just for 2024, but through 2023, and then compare the amount of participants in 2024, you see the difference. In 2025, this community is going to become even wider, even bigger, and a lot of new regions will be explored. Out of the regions that I didn't have a chance yet to visit this year, that was India, that was Africa. I also want to go to a couple countries there. Inal, it's fascinating. Okay, you want to experience an event in Nigeria. This is so crazy. There are so many of our community members, and it's really growing a lot. Ton community in the African regions, not just in the Nigeria, but many other countries. So I'm looking forward to explore this region as well. And Turkey is another big community that has also a lot of traders. That would be very interesting to visit and attend their events, and to network more with the local KOLs as well, and community builders. We have some big influencers that are coming from those regions, and they are really waiting for us to get there as well, to see us, to have conversations, just to hang out and show us around and what they are doing, what they are building. So yeah, patiently waiting for 2025, and looking forward to more and more expansion.
More expansion and more opportunities connecting with different people and different creators. Anna, speaking of you, do you prefer online events or offline events? If yeah, if offline, so which was your favorite one for this year?
If you would ask me the same questions 2 years ago, I would answer, oh, obviously offline, a lot of people, conversations. But this year, I'm so direct from endless amount of events. I've been out of home more than 150 days. I visited 23 countries. I arranged 36 events all over the world. And first of all, let's distinguish the right events for the community, the right events for the builders, the right events for the fundraise. And uh, in a VC space, for us, it's a red flag if the founder travels all over the world and visit all the conference and all the side events. Gets real builders, real founders. They stay home, they stay offices, and they drive the business sitting at their setups. Coming back to your community point of view, we have to do more. We have to engage more people. I recently listened to the podcast with Alex Blania, the CEO of the WorldCoin, and he said, like, folks, don't sit in convenient offices in San Francisco or New York. Go to Latin America, go to India, go to Africa. There you will meet truly mass adoption, definitely for the crypto. And I think it's a momentum for Ton to be the first one who will onboard crucial amounts of users, who will educate them, because there is no proper regulation, and people with poor banking system in their countries, they're way more open to any kind of new products. And this is your time, your region, folks. Use it. But coming back to the builders, coming back to the investors, I think that we have to be way more picky and way more pre-selective once we pick to go to some conference or side event. And it's super important to be clear with your goals. We can keep this hipster approach. Oh, maybe I will go to yet another party and meet I don't know, some Brock Pierce, and he will be the ambassador of my company. But you spend so many effort, so many time on this maybe adventure momentum. It's way more efficient to have clear workflow, work routine, and be very direct and selective with contacts that you want to approach. And it's way more efficient to reach, I don't know, A16's at representative once he has your email, your deck on multiple LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever, or maybe those A16Z representative got your deck, your blurb from some other VCs, and he knows you already. So the icebreaking conversation will be not that cold. And my message to all builders: be selective, be prepared, do your homework. Don't reach everyone just to get as much contacts as possible, and try to understand what kind of contacts would be more useful for your project right now. The community approach is totally different, I spoke about, and I think it's year, guys. Someone can do a lot.
Indeed,
Hell
some
yeah.
people say there are aliens in states. What I can say is that for sure our Earth has plenty of different countries and aliens that have not been explored yet by Web3, and we are the ones who actually let them explore. So, if you do not mind, let me move to the next topic as we are about to run the time, but still we're here to talk. So, tap to earn. Tap, 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 tap. I mean, we can say I hate, 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 which is a joke, but of course, what is coming next after Tap Tap Tap? Great mechanics that brought lots of attention to tone and lots of users too. But what's coming for 25? Inal, that's your, that's actually your
Well,
topic.
actually, we slightly covered this topic
Yeah,
already. Victor
for
already
sure.
mentioned a couple cool games, at least one cool game. There are other games coming. There are big game studios coming from like WeChat ecosystem, from Kakao Talk ecosystem. We at Ton Ventures, for example, we invested in a company called D Labs. They actually develop like mid-core games. They're gonna move really big titles, like big mobile titles, to Telegram. So there are many things happening here. Obviously, I would say tap to earns are done in some way, but still hyper casual games gonna be here in 2025. My prediction, like very biased prediction. Hyper casual games still gonna dominate different types of hyper casual games, but mid-core games will finally start getting some attention and will finally get some revenue from Telegram stars, not only from ads. So people will actually start paying to play those games and to enjoy those games, not just play to get an airdrop. So yeah, more mid-core hardcore games from big titles still, with most of the users playing hyper casual games in 2025.
Let's see. Let's see. Speaking
That's a
of,
bold prediction, by the way.
yeah, it was very nice of you. So I also want to move a bit next to the topic since we already covered GameFi part. Memes are fine, but where's the utility? So meme landed. Does Tom need it? Do we have meme culture, or yet it's just only to be bored? Victor, the lover of
Yeah.
memes, please speak out loud.
And this is a very interesting question. Obviously, the meme coins sometimes are only getting started, and I mean there is a lot of development in the sector that has to happen, and it's gonna happen organically. And I believe that we're gonna have several big players that gonna drive this adoption. I think meme line day is gonna be a very crucial point as well to helping create more coverage for the existing memes that already operate inside of the ecosystem and already existing communities. While the applications such as Bloom with their meme pad, Pocket Five with the big pump, etc., gas pump as well, gonna continue to grow and gonna continue to create new incentives for people to use their product, to be launching memes, trading memes, and I believe that you see what we've seen in 2024 was just the touch, the community only exploring the memes and seeing what they are. I think maybe many don't really realize what meme coins are for, how powerful they are. But I believe there is going to be also a lot of innovation in this sector. And as we can see, for example, Wonton is doing a great job integrating the meme coins inside of their Telegram mini app. They have like a lottery resistant type of game, right? But now they also integrating the packs that you can buy only with meme coins, which is also an interesting way. So I think there is much more to the meme coins that as of on the market right now. And then the meme coins that being launched through the wide distribution system, such as docs, is also a completely new approach to it, because you see, meme coins can now be created two ways inside of Tonicus. And we can start from the meme pads, they can start from the large distribution, such as docs. Then both of them has a fair chance succeeding. But the question is in a little different. Is like you see, for the meme coins, why meme coins attract people is because of the potential financial gain. Where if it's an airdrop distribution, your financial gain is still limited to the distribution point, and then from there to achieve, let's say, 2, 3, 10x growth, that would require a lot of capital to be invested into those meme coins. And I believe in success of many over the course of years, of course. But when it comes down to the meme coins and the degen culture, it is only getting started. I believe people will understand why meme coins are so important, and many people will be on board that once they're going to see a couple really big successful examples starting from zero and hitting 100 millions of market cap. We're going to see meme coins that are going to hit billions of market cap. I don't know when is that going to happen, what a meme coin is that going to be, but I know for sure that this scene is going to continue to expand. A lot of new community members are going to enter the scene and try either building or just trading them and contributing to the community. I also believe that the community has to mature in this regard, because many of them don't necessarily understand how the meme coin hugely appreciates in value and why does it happen usually. So I think it's a learning curve, and I've provided quite a amount of educational resources on that. But people have to go and understand. They have to see examples of that. And I believe that every single day right now we're getting an insane amount of new meme coins launched through those large meme pads, and that is not going to stop. That is going to continue, and it's just a matter of time till people will unite around some topic or narrative so hugely that it will not sell a dime until it hits an insane valuations. And I'm a big believer that it's just a matter of time and people education. That is what's going to bring us there.
Speaking matter of time and speaking of a narrative, Anna, I have quite interesting question to you. So, comparing to other chains and ecosystems, do meme coins, meme pads just create, naturally, or they are getting the support from foundations too?
Meme coins is a Pandora box that just opened and will be growing. That's our forecast at Cointelegraph. And it doesn't matter this is Stone meme coins or Solana meme coins. Meme coins is a pure narrative. I love meme coins for their honesty. We've seen a lot of ICOs back to the 17s, and they promised like some incredible utilities. And what? 99% are that. So I like meme coins because no utility, pure marketing, pure like idea on the back end, and Tone just in a tool. So guys, well, meme pads, cool, wallets, cool, but it's just a tools. You need some brilliant marketing people. You need some brilliant narratives. You need some student from Nigeria who will save the whole village with this meme coin. You need some Elon Musk who will create Doji with some Tone meme coins. The only thing that you need it is narrative. Yes, it's definitely hot. It's definitely gonna be alive. We can see the rise of meme coin indexes. A lot of institutionals start to invest in the meme coins because they cannot refuse, they cannot resist that. It comes from the people. It's growing, it's booming. The TVL is higher than some countries' budgets. So it's just the matter of narrative, smart marketing people, or just, the combination of right time, right idea. That's it. I wish you good marketing cases.
Purely marketing cases, or yet the community. There are a lot of cases to explore, and Tone is just only getting started into it. Wonder to see how it will be. Speaking of a next year, 2025, how will it lead the space or will it follow the space? Inal, what do you think 25 holds for Tom?
Great times ahead. That's for Ton, definitely. Again, I think we will see more products. We will see better retention for users. We will see more users actually starting using not only games but other products as well. Um, what I'm also waiting for is, to be honest, um, it can sound a bit weird, but I'm waiting for the bear market, just because I think it's going to be a bit more healthy. The whole industry is going to be a bit more healthy. It's going to be more about like real use cases rather than, I don't know, meme coins wherever. So in 2025, I do expect, not at the beginning, but I do expect like a bear market, and I want it to make the whole industry a bit more healthy, a bit less FOMO based, a bit less like driven by like greed, and driven by like real use cases and utility. So that's my prediction for 2025.
That was short, but that was very straightforward. Maybe some of you already hearing how the birds are roaring. Anna, are we expecting any bears coming soon, or you think we are at the booth?
No forecast. Just no
No
forecast. Just
financial advice. No.
no financial advice. Just be prepared for the bear market at the end of this winter, and be prepared for the end of the bull market at the end of this summer. Have as much plans as possible. That's the only approach that we try to keep at Cointelegraph.
And I highly actually very much appreciate it. I think like there is none better a financial advice rather than to Dior. This is the best advice a person can give. It's not only related to Web3, but also to anything. Please, Dior, learn yourself. Victor, what do you think for 25 and for Tom blockchain?
Well, first of all, I think that 2024 was a year where Ton actually showed what it's capable of and what this ecosystem can do for the community and for the masses at scale. So 2025 is going to be more calculated approach that we're going to see a lot of builders that have years and years of experience entering the scene, developing great products. As for the conversation around bull market, bear market, I've been here a while. I can say that I don't think industry will change much in terms of there's always going to be greed, and people always going to be, looking at things that going to make everyone FOMO. But I'm a big believer that in the bear markets, like the stats is what important. They won't change stats, the numbers, and that's going to be a great time that people will take a completely new look at Ton when they will realize, like, holy shit, there's millions of people. Doesn't matter hype, no hype, bear market, bull market. There's got to be a lot of people that are going to be exploring all the different sides of the ecosystem, and I think 2025 is going to be a phenomenal year for the Ton ecosystem expansion. So the 2024 was more a testing ground for many. 2025 will be where many will take actions with the information and the data that already exists, and then we'll develop further based on that. As well as SBT is going to become more and more important going into the future. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about the SBTs, but through 2025, there is going to be quite amount of new use cases for them, and we're going to see projects utilize them in completely new ways, mechanics, distribution systems, reward based. um, I already had conversations with a few of the projects, and they will be using some particular SBTs to distribute some of the rewards to the people that have been previously, let's say, participating in the open league seasons, and receiving an achievements for completing certain tasks. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of development into this direction as well, which is very, very interesting. And right now, I'm just not allowed to say too much, but yeah, SBTs are important. Keep on collecting them. I think you all already know that, and enjoy.
The call has been given. Bears are burning, bulls are bullying, SPDs are burning, and collecting is just right the time. We are wrapping up the session with the wrapping up gifts and wrapping up wishes. By the way, if you guys haven't joined our community yet, please do and leave a New Year wish because we have a time capsule machine. So once you leave the message, it's going to be converted into NFT and sent a year later to you to see whether your wishes come true. So everyone have the biggest tone wish, and I will start with myself. My biggest wish, of course, is for the community because the community matters to all. And the open work, the Tone Network is the open world of opportunities where anyone can be anything. So choose who you want to be, choose wisely, and make sure you actually contribute to the ecosystem as the developer or community member because anything what you do and anything what you say matters and makes this work better. Inal, you're the next to share your Tom biggest dream and wish.
Can I, guys? I need to run rapidly. Can you be the first and say bye
Yes,
bye to
please, yes, please,
everyone?
Anna. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
I'll be very quick. Uh, Ton builders, ton investors, use your momentum. I believe you guys has everything and adopt yet another crucial, educated million of users and spread crypto. That's beautiful mission that you guys can execute beneficial for yourself and beneficial the audience. And thank you for having me at this AMA session.
Thank you for joining. I hope you manifest this. I love it. Thank you so much, Anna. It's beautiful.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, have a wonderful year and see you next month. So, Ina,
Yeah,
coming back to you again.
I'm going to be really quick. I just wish everyone actually to enjoy the process. That's it. Just enjoy what will happen next year. I wish everyone 2025 will make you happy enjoying the process, not even the result, but the process. Because without that, everything else is not very um, not very important, right? Enjoy the process, and let us as a community enjoy the process of town growing. That's it.
That's actually very deep. Thank you for reminding. Sometimes someone have to tell you, right? I will write it down and put my note. Victor, please.
Yeah, well, my biggest ton dream is the continuous community expansion, as on social media, as on in real life events. I want to see more people succeed with what they are doing on the media, as in real life. And I think for this year alone, we've seen a lot of people that have been very small profiles, so just a couple hundred followers, now getting tens of thousands of followers and creating content, educating the masses. I wish them a lot of success, more deals from the projects to educate about them and their products. And I want to see everyone in this community grow professionally and personally, as well as projects, as well as independent community members. And many of them are right here in the chat, writing comments. And shout out to you all. I see Mr. Ton, I see Sadiq, I see Jerry Bond, I see many of you guys, and thank you all for joining us today. It's been incredible. I wish all of you good luck and to achieve your dreams and personal and professional growth. My biggest dream would be everyone becoming independent influencer of their own and help to foster innovation and onboard more people to the technology in 2025 and years beyond that. So yeah, it's already happening, and I hope people enjoy the process as well. I know how much it means when people see their numbers blows up in their post, and when instead of 1,000 views, they get 100,000 views. And in 2025, we're going to see countless examples of that happening, and we're going to be there to support them. So I wish everyone a lot of good luck, and I can't wait to see you guys succeed.
Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in and see you next soon. In a couple of days in the new year. Thank you all. Have a great one.